I recently watched a video that was a lecture by Alan Watts discussing a conversation he had with Carl Jung back in 1958. And one of the comments in the comments section really stood out to me. So I'll read that first, because that's the reason I'm making this video. Jung and Watts together have given me more existential faith and peace than all the rest of the world's belief systems, gurus, psychologists, self-help types, vlogcasters, and writers put together. I am 48 and began my quest for existential meaning at age 11, so I have deeply considered almost all of it at one point. If Watts was still alive, I would be his groupie. I am just so glad that his lectures were recorded and gifted to the world free of charge or redaction. So after saying that, I thought I would explain why that is for anyone who might not be aware. I'd like to explore a notion that both Alan Watts and Carl Jung would have found deeply significant: the interconnection between the psyche and the cosmos, between our inner world and the outer universe. Now, Alan Watts often reminded us that what we perceive as solid, separate realities, our selves, our bodies, the world around us, are, in fact, all part of a continuous flow. He described life as a wave, not something that happens to us, but something we are. If you think about it, much of what we experience is like watching the surface of the ocean, constantly changing, ebbing and flowing, never really fixed. And just as the ocean's surface hides its depths, our everyday experiences hide the depth of who we are. Carl Jung, on the other hand, would ask us to look deeper into this ocean, into the unconscious mind, and into the collective unconscious shared by all humanity. Here we encounter archetypes, primordial images, and patterns that shape not only our dreams but our myths, religions, and ultimately, our behavior. The self is not merely the ego, the conscious I, but a vast, intricate web that includes the shadow, the anima or animus, and the deeper mysteries of the soul. When you combine these two perspectives, you begin to see that we are not isolated beings trapped in a mechanical universe. Rather, we are more like nodes in an interconnected, living system. What happens within you reflects what happens without, and vice versa. This is not to say that you control the universe, but that the boundary between you and it is more porous than we often realize. This is what Watts might call the play, the cosmic dance in which we participate. And for Jung, it is the unfolding of the individuation process, where each of us discovers our true self by integrating the conscious and unconscious parts of our being. In practical terms, this means that to live fully, we must engage in both self-reflection and a deep connection to the world around us. We must not only ask who we are, but also how we are woven into the fabric of existence itself.